Rudy Gobert could have 10.5 rebounds.
He's a shell of himself.
You're a shell of yourself.
They're going to win the World Series this year. First time since 1991.
JaBron, you ignorant schmuck.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Classen, joined by
JaBron.
the Parlay Pounder.
You got it. We're back.
And we are back in a big way.
Yeah.
You see, we got the Nebraska Brewing Company 12-pack box
No
there.
doubt. The beer box.
Has their 4 best flavors or top flavors, their series, and you get 3 cans of each flavor. So
Drink Indy.
Drink Indy, and also, you get all your different friends over. And,
Yep.
I want a Pilsner.
I want a Cardinal. I want a Pils. I want an IPA. They cover it all.
There you go. You take care of it right there.
You took care of everything with this beer box.
And that dovetails into, well, why are you going to have people over to watch football?
To watch football.
NFL football is back. We got preseason games. We got a full slate of preseason games that we're going to be getting to here. And also, before I forget, congratulations goes out to a group that we really like and we've worked with before, Warhorse Casino.
Yeah.
Just opened up a grand opening in Omaha. They are now the largest casino in the state of Nebraska.
Woohoo.
And I'll tell you what, that sports book's pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
It's a pretty nice sports book, and it's only going to get bigger and better from what I hear.
It's awesome.
But for the starting point, you start as the biggest and best.
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
So if you're in Omaha or Lincoln, only more and more things are coming your way. And I also think Grand Island, Columbus, all these places are getting bigger and better.
No doubt. It's going to be full-blown here in a little bit, and it's pretty awesome to see.
It really is. So with that, should we get into this NFL preseason?
Let's do it.
Your Carolina Panthers are heading on up to New England to take on the Patriots, and the Patriots they're right there, almost a full touchdown favorite.
Yeah.
6.5 points, -112 is your VIG. I think I'm over on DK right now. DK, yep, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm getting this line. Over-under sitting there at 33.5. Everything kind of makes sense. Word came out earlier on Wednesday that Bryce Young will not suit up.
Correct.
And I don't think he should.
Yeah.
He has enough time during the regular season to get hurt.
Yeah, no doubt. Don't get him hurt in the first game. But, this is kind of interesting to me, Andy, just the line. I think it's because in New England they actually have a quarterback battle happening right now for the team. Yeah. Heading into the first game, Jacoby Brissett is on top of the depth chart over there. But their guy, Drake May, that they just drafted, is right there behind them. Should get plenty of run in this game. And I think that's where this line is coming from, is that they're going to have him, seeing what he can do in a live action setting. So, and they got guys like Joe Milton III and Bailey Zappi. Both have had a little time in that Patriots system. So I think that's the reason that they have the line there. I don't necessarily think it's going to be like that, Andy.
Really?
I think this is a really good chance to take the points. Give me that underdog with the Panthers. I think it's way too many points. The Patriots already know what they're getting with Brissett. I don't trust Drake May to have a big game here, and that is going to be the difference. The Panthers might not run up the score, but I think they're going to score enough to cover the spread and maybe get that win outright. Yeah. So I'm backing the Panthers against the spread.
Well, I like New England, and it does have to do with exactly the point you brought up there, the competition at quarterback. Zappi and Milton III, it may come down to those two because they're probably not going to carry 4 quarterbacks on that roster. So 2 of those guys are going to have to battle it out. And you don't know, they might be out of the game, and that whole fourth quarter might go to Drake May. Yeah. And Drake May, that's a coin flip, right? He might make rookie mistakes, or he might be really pushing it. But I do like the competition, and whether you go back to Bill Belichick for 2,500 years or whatever, he was at the helm there. Yeah. They were very aggressive in their play calling and competitiveness when it came to the preseason. Everyone kind of gave the Patriots a bad time about why you win all these preseason games. They don't matter. Well, then look at their regular season record. Maybe there is something to that. I don't know.
That is what I'm looking towards, Andy. The Patriots offense averaged 13 points last year. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
But and they're in this could go either way, Andy. These are preseason games, whatever. They're going to be flip-flopping quarterbacks, but the Panthers do have Andy Dalton there and Jack Plummer.
Sure.
I think both formidable guys. Raheem Blackshear should be the starting running back for the Panthers in this game and get a lot of the carries. I like him. So I just think it's too many points for for a New England team that I don't believe is going to score more than 2 touchdowns.
So you got to like the under here, right? 33.5?
I would say the under's probably pretty safe.
You're saying graciously your road team's not going to run up the score on the Patriots, and they're only going to score 13 points, so easy cover on the under.
I believe that under should be pretty good.
All right, should we move to Friday night?
Let's do it. Let's go to another quarterback controversy.
Well, maybe for one side. I don't know. The Atlanta Falcons are heading down to Miami, where the Dolphins are a home dog. 2.5 points there, just under a field goal. Your Falcons, I don't think you're going to see much of Kirk Cousins here.
Kirk O'Chains on the bench.
Kirk O'Chains ain't going to see anything here. But this is, I do believe, with the cut, they took a game away. What was that, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And you are having. They have to play some of these guys.
Yeah.
They have to play some of these guys. Kirk O'Chains is a different story there.
Yeah, no.
But you're still seeing the Falcons as a 2.5, 3-point favorite.
Well, and I think that is a lot, just like we said in the last game, is I think they're going to play their new shiny toy as much as they can. They
have to.
They're Washington draft pick. God dang it, I can't remember his name now. Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe they're going to play him a lot, but I think I'm going the underdog again, Andy. I'm going to lean towards the Dolphins at home here.
Well, these are the home team.
Preseason games have always been, like I said, dice roll or whatever, but Miami, I believe, has plenty of depth experience on the roster this year. Many pundits are picking the Dolphins to be one of the best teams in the league, and if the offense can stay healthy, they'll thrive. Defensively, Miami is pretty average, just across the board, but they won't need to be dominant in offense, hanging on to,
Tyreek Hill is not going to see much time.
No, but they're getting 2.5 points, and I don't know what I'm going to see out of Atlanta.
New offensive coordinator, right? Zach Robinson,
exactly.
New wideouts, Darnell Mooney, Ray McLeod, and Rondell Moore. Like, these aren't household names anyway.
No, they're not. They're fast guys for sure, but I just believe that Miami probably going to try and make a little bit of a statement at home and push the ball down the field. That's their offense anyway, so even the backups are going to try and do that, even if they don't have Tua and Tyreek out there.
That total's sitting there at 38.5, a number that we're kind of used to seeing during the regular season. So you're going to see more points, and that's how Miami's been piling up the points for all the things. They're a fun team, and they're a fun team to draft. When you're doing the
for sure fantasy
football, it's always good to have a few Dolphins on your team because
they
do rack up the points. Are you looking more at that over there?
I like the over, Andy, just because, like you said, they're going to roll out Penix, try and get him on the board a couple times, and like you said, Miami's going to try and score some points no matter who's out there. I do believe the best bet of the game is the plus 2.5 for Miami, though.
Okay. Mike McDaniel, that seems like a sneaky spot for him to, take a couple drags off his vape underneath his sleeve and then
couple trick plays.
Yep. That's just Mike McDaniel to a T there.
No doubt.
All right, should we look at another Friday night
Let's
game?
end it with this one.
The Texans versus the Steelers. Man, I don't know. There's a lot of intrigue here for me.
Yeah, there is.
The Steelers are a 1-point favorite at home. They got a little bit of a quarterback duel going on here.
For sure.
One guy I think you kind of want to protect, and you don't want to have him get hurt. The other guy you want to see, can he cut it in the NFL?
Yeah.
Talking about the Bears' old quarterback.
Yeah.
And Houston, word is you're going to see C.J. Stroud just a little bit. Maybe 11 plays, maybe 5 plays.
Maybe the first drive, depending how he looks, depending if they get a couple first downs, all that kind of stuff. I believe if they get a first down on the first drive, that they'll pull him. But no, I love the Steelers at home here, Andy. I just think, like you said, they're going to roll Justin Fields out.
Yes.
And he is going to try to make a lot happen here, Andy. If he makes a big splash, that Steelers fan base is going to be like, this is our guy. This is who we should play.
Reminds me of Cordell Stewart.
Exactly. He's Slash. He's the reincarnation of Slash. But no,
buy that fool's gold.
And I just believe that Mike Tomlin really does take the preseason very, very serious.
He does.
And I try not to go against him with his intensity level. He cranks it up even in the preseason. So I think giving these Steelers, especially with such a razor-thin margin, I think they'll win the game no matter what. So -1, give me the Steelers.
Nope, you're wrong again.
No, jeez.
Texans are going to win this game because they've already played a preseason game. That was in Canton, Ohio, so it's kind of like a primer, a tune-up.
That was against a crappy team,
It was against a very crappy team. Chicago Bears team.
The Bears.
You got your jab in there pretty good.
I did.
But we saw nothing but a showcase of the reserves for the Texans. Well, who's going to play most of this game? The reserves.
The reserves.
They already got a game under the belt.
Ahead of them.
And you're going to see a lot of shuffling, not just at quarterback, but all the positions for Pittsburgh. So even if they are taking it serious and Tomlin is doing all of these things, throwing in blitz packages, it's still with guys that have only been in camp for a couple of weeks.
No doubt.
And I just think with the Texans, talk about that offensive line, being able to protect their quarterback. They got a week under their belt. I know when I played college football, there was a couple of scenarios where we played 2 games before someone's opener, and we won just out of that experience. I don't think the team we beat was better. We were better then, but we had that experience. So I'm just kind of looking at it from that. Texans, maybe that's all not going to work out just because it is the preseason, and the Steelers are known for kind of getting after it in the preseason. But I just like that experience factor, and it was with the reserves who's going to play most of the game.
Yeah, no doubt, Andy. I just like the little bit of upbeat they're going to have with Fields on, a starting quarterback on the field. I believe they have high-end backup talent, in my opinion, and there's a lot more in terms of position battles on the Pittsburgh side. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Okay. I think we have both good points here, and obviously the bookmakers think it's pretty dang close as well. So you're on Pittsburgh, I'm on Pittsburgh, you're on Houston, and that's the way we're going to end it.
What about that total, 37.5?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good over there, Andy. I think, like you said, two pretty good offenses right here. Yeah. And I believe the over is probably the play there.
Say what you want about Russell Wilson. He did start getting things going, clicking in Denver before they pulled him last year. So that might have been a sneaky pickup for Pittsburgh. Yeah. We'll just wait and see.
You got to wait and see. And like you said, they got a full-fledged starter, and then they got a guy that started before in the league and had some success behind him. So I think they put themselves in a pretty good position under Mike Tomlin.
They usually do.
Yep.
Well, you heard the horn. That means we're up against it, but let's recognize one of our fabulous partners, and we already talked about him a little bit at the open. That is the Nebraska Brewing Company. We are being brought to you by The Beer Box.
The Beer Box.
12-pack box of beer that features their four different styles of beer, and they're all their core series beers.
Yes.
So you got a Hefeweizen in there, you got an IPA in there, you got a Pilsner. What else you got?
And the Cardinal.
And you got the Pale Ale, the Cardinal.
Yep.
Everybody's favorite, it seems
4
like.
styles, 3 each.
There you go. Nebraska Brewing Company, world class in every glass. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.